All right, so we have a handwriting analysis woman on here, Treyce Montoya, and she's on the line. I think she's where's she going for, like Denver or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Arizona.
Arizona.
It's hot out
so she's
there.
calling. You was just co-signing anything, huh? Say, yeah, Denver, yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's hot in Arizona.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, she's calling from Arizona, and what we did was we took a picture of each of our handwriting, and she's gonna analyze it.
I know.
Sam's is number 1. Sear is number 2. I'm number 3.
Okay.
She doesn't know anything about us.
At all.
She doesn't know. She didn't know who was who,
Okay.
and she doesn't know who's who. And she's just going to break it down. If you actually want to see the copies of our handwriting, I think it's on our Instagram at All Out Show.
Okay.
So you can go to at All Out Show on Instagram to see what she's seeing as she analyzes this. Let's get her on the line. Treyce.
It's Treyce.
Hey Treyce, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It says you are a handwriting analysis expert. What are some of the things that you look for in a person's handwriting to analyze them?
Well, you look for things like spacing and slant, size, specific letter shapes and strokes, just various things, sizes and things like that all kind of come together and build the personality snapshot.
Okay, all right. What did you think of our personalities when you looked at the samples?
Well, when I looked at them all, together, side by side, before I even analyzed anything, I thought, man, there's enough differences to keep it interesting, but there's so much commonalities that it's actually a good team. So, I could see the differences, but also see the things that make the connection between you guys a really strong one.
Okay,
so
let's. And you don't know who's who, and you're just gonna kind of give a brief little breakdown on each one. Okay, is that good?
That's right.
All right, so Treyce Montoya is here. You can. What's your Twitter where they can follow you?
Treyce is Treyce MPSYD. So TreyceMPSYD.
Okay, Treyce, or you can go to AskTreyce.com.
Yep.
Treyce. All right, let's jump off into this. This is the first sample. What was your gut reaction?
Well, what I noticed was there's a subconscious need to escape the past. There's a disconnected relationship from a prominent male, and that usually means 83% of the time it's a father figure. And then the person can be hard on him or herself, and this can affect self-esteem. Very creative, fluid in communications, able to keep up with several different conversations at a time. Some anxiety and trust issues that come and go, which can cause feelings of insecurity when trying to express true feelings, thoughts, and emotions. Could stand to increase the willpower. Able to get along with basically anyone, and hears everything, even if it's convenient to say they don't. And opening to discussing pretty much anything, can be charming, and has great empathy skills.
All right, so what was it? What was like the way? How did you get that though? Like, what did she write S's weird? Did they write the S weird or some shit like that, or what?
Well, I don't read, and it's funny because I don't read anything that anybody writes. I just automatically analyze the letters. And so, for example, if somebody has a really wide left margin, the left margin or the left edge of the paper represents the past, the individual's past. So when it's too wide, it shows that their subconscious needs to just escape some of those experiences.
All right.
If it's too narrow, it's basically I'm hugging the past. Even though I'm unhappy, I'm afraid to move forward, so I cling to the past. So that's one example.
Was there anything in there that showed that this person might have blown dudes when they were around 12 years old?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny because I gave you guys snapshots, and a real personality profile, like a whole personality profile, takes about 9 hours for me. So
Shit.
I spent about 2 minutes on each sample just to give you guys something. So
Okay. Hey, but based on all three, the 1, 2, and 3, like who's got the most issues?
You know, everybody's got an equal amount of issues, including me. Everybody's got them. As long as we're human, we're
Come
always
on,
gonna have
Tracy.
Hey,
Tracy,
hey.
come on. Come on. I'm asking you a straight question. You sound like a politician right now. Like who's the most fucked up? Like who would you not want your kid to marry out of the 3?
Right.
Well, you know, honestly, I think that the one who's got to be most careful with stuff is going to be number 3, and only because of the moodiness.
Because of the neediness?
Because of the moodiness. It's the moodiness.
Oh, the
is number
moodiness.
3.
Moody. All right. Okay. That makes makes sense. All right.
But
All right.
But number
What-
2 actually has a trust, has a tendency to trust people or take people more at face value, so that puts them more at risk. So, like I said, it's kind of balanced.
So like number 2 is more likely to be a sucker.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, more likely.
Knock niggas out, man. What?
All right. Since okay, I guess you don't really know the people, so it doesn't matter as much, and you've already done that. So the first person you analyzed was our producer Sam. So everybody, that was Sam that she just analyzed. Let's go to number 2. Let's hear a bit about number 2.
Yeah, it's here too.
Okay, number 2 is basically the first thing I said was to be careful who you trust. Letting people in too soon or accepting people at face value can set you up to be hurt physically, emotionally, financially, etc. Stubborn streak with a tendency to procrastinate can be hard on yourself, and this can affect your self-esteem or self-worth. You're disconnected from important people in your life, such as parents who were prominent in the past but not seen going into the future. Sometimes that happens when there's been a death of one of them or something, or there's a really, really big relationship barrier. So the subconscious has to create this in order to put a closure on it. Good business acumen, it can be a bluffer. So if the person goes into a social environment, if they feel self-conscious, nobody would notice because they can bluff their way through pretty much anything.
All right, that's pretty. It sounded like there was some pretty good, accurate shit in there.
Was that yours?
No, that was not mine. That was Sear. That was Sear.
All right.
You were spot on with that procrastination shit. That was It was.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's funny because handwriting goes back to age 3 years old on average, and so anything that I pull out can reach that far back. So some of it might not be pertain to today, but it might have been when you were in high school. And as long as you have the same brain, the same personality traits are going to come with you, unless you deliberately change them.
Ain't that kind of like I don't want to play devil's advocate, but that kind of gives you a wide range of fucking people's shit up, because you could be like, well, that happened when you were 3.
Well, on the full personality profiles, you can actually date it. You could say, at the age of, 8 years old, you were, sexually molested, for example. You can actually go down to timelines and stuff in the full profile. So
did any of us get molested based on our handwriting?
I don't know, because I didn't spend 9 hours on it.
All right. None of us woke up with a dick on our shoulder based on. I just want to make sure. All right, okay. Let's go with number 1. Or I mean number 3. Excuse me.
Okay. Number 3 can be moody, able to get along with pretty much anyone, but may appear antisocial a little bit more one day and more social the next. Not always quick to trust just anyone. Have subconscious desire to escape the past, which may be related to unresolved anger that's hanging around. Fear of failure and self-doubt. Can be sarcastic and a selective listener. Good business skills, stubborn streak, socially selective, very active mind, and it can cause you to get very irritated with people who think slower than you. Due to your moodiness, you're likely to make decisions based on your mood or emotions at the time, and may even like to disagree with the results depending on your emotion. Just be careful because it could cause missed opportunities, and that will increase your anxiety.
God damn, it's like you lived in my brain.
No sound effects on you.
It's like she just moved into my brain. That's pretty goddamn good. I gotta give it. I was, you know what? Like I was a bit skeptical about that shit, and
Yeah, that happens a lot. Especially men tend to be a little bit more skeptical to get themselves done, but they're one of the first ones to analyze their dates. I want to know if she's a gold digger. I want to know if she's faithful. I want to know if So if you're dating, this is a perfect tool.
is this? Do people do that? Do people like get a sample of their lover's handwriting and send it in without the other person knowing?
Yeah, all the time. And it's interesting because you can really match people quite well on their handwriting. I mean, excellent on their handwriting. And a lot of the single parents, a lot of single moms actually want to know if the guy they're dating is a perv, so sends in their handwriting and make sure, that they're not going to, do something with their, play with their kids. So.
Wait, hold up. All right, so you could tell if somebody, based on our handwriting, you could tell if we had the tendency to might be a little bit fucking like a pervert?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. That's where the long analysis comes in, though. Yeah.
Golly. Well,
You
shit.
can tell, if somebody's faithful. You want to know how to tell somebody's faithful? I can give you that tip.
How?
So if you have somebody, if you have in your drawer, at home or something, if you have happy anniversary, happy birthday, anything with the word happy or any double P stems, double P side by side, you look at the length of the P stems, and if they hang down evenly, they're the same exact length, then they're faithful. And if they're shorter on the left one, then they've cheated in the past, and if they're shorter on the right, they're about to.
Really?
They're more likely to, yeah. Not about to, but more likely to.
That sounds crazy. If you weren't so good at just reading my shit, just like you just did, I probably wouldn't have believed that one. All right, let's see.
You gotta try it out. Just gotta write happy 3 times and see how you fit in.
I just did it with my finger. I'm good. I'm faithful.
There you go.
I'll break up with a chick and go fuck and then get back. You know what I mean? Like,
well, there you go. Then you don't have nothing to worry about. So if any ex-girlfriend out there pulls yours, then they're not going to find anything, right?
Not a fucking thing, Treyce.
Yeah, good.
Goddamn thing.
Well, got it.
Not a goddamn thing. Well, here, let's plug your site one more time. If people want to go, man, I have a feeling that you're going to get some dudes in trouble now. The chicks are going to go, look at some P's and stuff and cuss out their man.
Yes, I am not responsible for marital discordance, and don't give them my information.
Yeah, and I can't all the way cut. There's got to be some more shit there's got to be some more shit besides just the P's making a motherfucker not faithful or unfaithful.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of stuff, but that's one of the main ones. But on my website, there's a ton of freebies that people can download. They don't have to register or anything. They just go on there and get it, and it can help them analyze people at home. So
there it is. Plug that website one more time.
AskTreyce.com. TREYCE.com.
All right, there it is. AskTreyce.com. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Yes.
Thank you. It was awesome.
You were great, and that's AskTreyce.com. Go check it out, and we're going to come back with more music. Let's go.